Hey guys, what's up? So, I'm going to apologize right off the bat with this particular video because it's not exactly what I was expecting to do for this. See, I had gotten myself another large box at my front door a few days ago. And my original plan was to, do a live stream and show you guys. The problem was, it just didn't work out for me to be able to do it live. So I figured, okay, I'll do the next best thing. I will film myself opening it up and you guys will still see my reaction for what's in the box. And I did record it and everything seemed fine, but there was a problem. The problem being that it was out in the side porch, and normally that's not, I don't mind doing recordings in the porch. I've done it many times before. It's just that there was quite a bit of a breeze blowing, and you guys know that we have wind chimes on that porch, and those chimes were really loud. Louder than I thought they would be. Like, I was kind of worried as I was doing the recording, but I was thinking, the mic's close to me. It should be able to drown it. No, they're pretty damn loud. I mean, you can still hear me, but those chimes get really distracting. So despite the fact that I, was able to get all the footage and, record my reactions and all that, I just felt that people probably wouldn't have wanted to put up with the constant wind chimes just going off. And it was really annoying is, like, the wind would stop and then it would finally die down, so there'll be a few seconds of silence and all of a sudden, bam, back to it was really loud noises. So yeah, I had to scuttle that footage. So now we're gonna have to go yet another step removed. So first it was gonna be a live stream, then we had to move one step removed from that, where it's like, okay, I recorded, but you get to see me open it up and see my reaction. And now I gotta get a step removed from that, where now I just have to discuss what was in the box. So yeah, I apologize for that. But at least we get to discuss what's in the box, right? And I'll still tell you how how I felt about it. So first thing I want to show off, and yes, by the way, the large box came from LK Chen. They sent more goodies. So this is the first thing that came in, and I actually got two of these, but there's really no point in showing both of them. One's good enough. I'm gonna step back for a little bit so you can see that I got this. And I'm pretty sure you guys can tell what this is. But in case you can't, it's protective padding. Yes, it is protective padding for, for sparring. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it, considering that, we got the synthetic swords, and the synthetic swords are being used for sparring practice to keep from, damaging your partner, any, as minimally as possible. You try not to damage them too much, so using the synthetic swords help, but they can still hurt. So now they're coming up with this protective padding to kind of help cushion the blow. Now, granted, I've used synthetic swords with padding before, and also wooden weapons with padding before, and it can still hurt. It's just that this is going to minimize the pain a little bit, but there still will be pain. And to be honest, with, when it comes to martial arts or weapon sparring or something like that, if you're trying to learn not to get hit, there is going to be pain no matter what. It's just kind of like you're doing things for safety so that the pain won't be, too debilitating and you're not doing too much damage. This will help. It's kind of muffling it a little bit so it's, you don't cause too grievous an injury. But keep in mind that there's still going to be some kind of injury and there's still going to be some form of pain. And hopefully the pain will teach you not to make the same mistakes that you made when you're sparring, that caused you to get the pain in the first place. So LK Chen on the website, they call this their Han Swordsmanship Protective Vest. And what I find interesting about this is, unlike a lot of other protective gear I've seen for stuff like this, it's just covering the front. Like, normally when I see stuff like this, like it's, some type of hull brick or some type of like protective covering that you just kind of like put it over yourself and put your arms up the sleeves and that's it. This, it's similar in that there are sleeves. I mean, your arms kind of go through this, like from here, and then this is going to go around your neck. Actually, I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. Hold on while I take this. I don't need my headphones on. There. And I should have, like, probably buttoned up my sleeves here. But yeah, you basically are supposed to go like this, and then this collar goes around your neck and tightens up. You know, kind of like a gorget. And then they got like belts, which I forgot to bring down, but you would wear some kind of, they have some kind of strap that goes through these loops here, and it just tightens around your waist, and it kind of protects you like this. So it's going to protect your front, and you know, one area here, you got kind of the shoulder pad protection, and this is pretty sturdy. Like, you know, you could take a blow here, and it's not going to hurt too much. You get the shock of it, but not like, you know, real bad pain. However, like I said, it doesn't protect your back. Like, it's just the front part. And I guess that makes sense. I mean, when you're sparring against somebody, unless they really don't know what they're doing, their back really isn't going to be to you. So I can see why it's focused more towards front protection. But I'm sure some people might be kind of concerned, like, okay, what about, you know, side protection or something like that, or, you know. And there is enough for the side. There is enough panels to protect your side and all that, but the back is still exposed. Yeah, I personally think it's not that big of a deal because there usually aren't a lot of strikes to the back to begin with, but some people might consider that to be some type of hindrance. I guess your mileage may vary. Me personally, it's not really, I don't see it as too much of a problem, but of course, we're going to have to test this out to see how good it is. Now, I'm only showing you one of these, but actually, like I said before, I got two of them. So hopefully soon I will have somebody, you know, put one on with me. Like, I'll put one on, they'll put the other one on, and we'll start whacking each other with the synthetic swords. And that way we can actually do a review on both the synthetic swords I got and the vest at the same time. It kind of, they go hand in hand, right? That makes perfect sense, right? So these were two of the things that were in that nice huge box that I got. But you wouldn't have needed as big a box as I got for just those two vests, right? Something else had to go along with it. And something did. Yeah. This Miado showed up with the box as well, and oh my god. This thing is huge. I mean, I thought the Striking Eagle and the Roaring Dragons, like, those were at the time the longest blades I had ever handled. I was like, oh my god, they're not going to make any. And then this shows up. And this pretty much rivals those weapons. It's in the same class as far as length and all that sort of thing. And I was highly impressed with it as soon as I got it out of the box. I haven't tested it yet as far as cutting with it, but that's happening real soon, I can tell you that much. But I have like kind of like dry handled it, and yeah, I'm impressed. So as usual with LK Chen, the one thing that I noticed right off the bat with this is its simplicity. That seems to be their trademark. They make rather like somewhat understated but still elegant looking weapons, and I'm seeing the same thing here. The fittings are nice and simple, but just the right touch of decoration, just the right touch of elegance to give it a really cool look. And they put their own touch on it by having the fittings made from steel, which I personally really like. Like, most of the time I've seen Miado on the market, they're made from brass, you know, and you know, get the yellow color, the yellow look. This one's, you know, got that silver look because they're going with steel, which I personally think are pretty good fittings for a sword anyway. The, you know, pommel, nice and solid, not shaking or anything like that. It's not loose. Handguard, same thing, and it's a nice big oval disc, you know, decent hand protection for those who care about such things, which a lot of people do. The sword hangers are interesting, how thin they are, but they're pretty sturdy and they're tight. Same thing with the end cap for the scabbard. But what's interesting is they're not symmetrical. All the other fittings are symmetrical, but here the design looks like that on that side, and then when I turn it over, it looks like that. You see the difference? You see that? Like how it looks like that there, and then you turn it over, and then now you got that notch there, and it's more narrow there. Pretty cool, I think. I find that interesting that it's like that. So on the website, they call this is called the Silver Swallow Miado. I'm personally going to call this the laundry pole for obvious reasons. Because, yeah, there's a kind of a funny story about that. Sort of. Like, I'll get into that later when I do the official review for this. I actually forgot. I had the Chinese name. I translated it in Chinese, and that's what I'm going to call this, but I right off the bat forgot. I'll have it on the screen. But I can tell you that I was impressed as soon as I pulled this thing out. And, also I didn't even talk about the wood, which is nice and solid. And it turns out it's made out of a type of wood that they usually use for furniture. So this stuff is tough, and it definitely showed. Now, I'm trying to find a way to impress upon you guys just how tall this freaking thing is. Like, look, it's almost as tall as I am. You see, like, I can't really get fully. I'm trying to back up away. It's a gaming table here. But, yeah, you see, like, it's right at eye level when it's in the scabbard. You take it out the scabbard, you pretty much take about an inch off the length. So, yeah, might as well show off the blade, right? So I'm going to put this here. Please don't fall down. There we go. So, yeah, see, it's now at nose height, which is still insane. This is really freaking long, and I can't even get. Like, I'm going to try to go here now, right? I want to see if I can. Okay, now you can see this. This is how long it is. Just to give you guys a sense of scale here. Like this is the length. This is this freaking thing's length. For when you're making your strikes and such like that. And I don't have enough room. Obviously, I do not have enough room to really swing this thing around. Like, it's holy shite. Like this is a crazy length. This is definitely a field sword. This is a battle weapon. This is not personal protection. This is purely a battlefield sword. The blade I happen to be impressed with because it's sharp as hell. I tested it on my thumbnail, and it actually sliced a thin layer of my thumbnail off. That was something. I should have gotten that on camera. So it's definitely sharp. It also still feels nicely poised, nicely balanced. I can hold this out with one hand, and I don't feel that much strain in my forearm. I mean, this is a weapon that I don't really want to use one-handed, but, it still feels okay for, like, I guess the occasional one-handed swing if you really were tap the ceiling. So I guess you could with, if you wanted to hold this with one hand, do the occasional one-handed swing, you can kind of get away with that, but I wouldn't recommend it. But, it definitely in two hands, it feels just fine. It's nicely balanced, for the type of blade it is. I find it also interesting, the geometry of this blade. It's not a straight, like, triangle wedge shape that I sometimes see with swords like this. It's not an apple seed shape, not necessarily. But, I mean, the edge does have that kind of apple seed shape to it, which I prefer, because that means the edge is going to have some strength to it. It's not going to wear it out as quickly as one that has that straight flat profile. But you also then have an almost hollow like grind toward the spine. So the spine is not flat, it's round, see? I don't know how well you can tell, or you can see that, but you got a nice thick but rounded spine. And then as you get to the meat of the blade, it kind of, curves inward. You got like that, that almost hollow-like grind before you then get to the rest of the blade and the edge itself, which still has some meat to it. As if this was a katana, they would be calling that, the niku of the edge, that appleseed shape. So because you got that, inward curve from the spine in there, that's a lot of material. It's almost like it's hollow ground, so that's lightening the weight of the sword, I think. Well, yeah, obviously. And then, you know, you still got enough meat and enough mass in here for a really good authoritative cut. And I could tell just by, you know, whipping this thing around, you know, when I was able to, like, whoa, this thing really can get moving when you want it to. It's light enough for good, you know, maneuverability, but it still has enough heft that you just do not want to get hit by this thing. You really don't, especially with the edge it has. Like, this is one bastard of a sword. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. And this is the one that, I mean, I've been saying over and over again that I need to get myself some tatami at some point. It's just that the cost is a bit prohibitive for me right now. But with a blade like this, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be using this on just bottles. I mean, come on. No, this deserves tatami. So it's time for me to go out and get me some to test this, and then probably go back and test some of the other blades as well. Though, to be honest, because of that video that I did with Scholar Grim a ways back, you guys kind of already have an idea of how well they do against tatami, because we used them on tatami and they worked rather well. They did pretty good. So, yeah, I'm impressed with it so far. I mean, I haven't test cutted with it yet, but just from how well it's built, you know, how well it's crafted, you know, how sharp the edge is, just this overall construction, it's a great looking sword. I can't wait to test this sucker out. I'm probably going to look horrible doing it because this is not a weapon I've trained in. I'm just going to have to use the basic stuff that I know, but, well, we'll see how well I do when I finally get to recording it. Man, God, this is, look, this is just, whoa. This is a war weapon for sure. I mean, and it looks the part too. Like, it's not overly done, but it still has that kind of touch to it that I've come to expect from the company. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to show to you guys. I apologize for this not being live. The time didn't work out that way. And I'm sorry that the first recording I did where I actually opened it up, yeah, I doubt you guys would have wanted to put up with the constant wind chime sounds. Like, it was grating even to me after a bit. So, hope this, you know, hope you're at least satisfied with this. I hope this, I hope this is a decent consolation prize, I guess, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Anyway, I still need to hurry up with the other reviews that I'm doing. I got the Song Dynasty doll review that I'm doing. I still have the Scott Rodell one, which I've already got some footage together for, so that one's coming out soon. I still have the other videos, non-martial arts related videos that I want to hurry up and get out. I got stuff that needs I got to get the damn thing off the list and just throw it up. But hopefully I'll get that stuff done in a decent amount of time. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed the look of this new sword and the vest and such. And catch you guys later.